Good morning, friends. Welcome to this week's market outlook. Hope you are enjoying your weekend. And last week we saw some sharp up move in the markets. If you remember, last week we were discussing that 16300 may act as a strong resistance. Okay, so initially it did on Monday. It faced some resistance near 16300. On Tuesday we saw a pullback also, but then on Tuesday markets were able to close on the higher side, almost at 16350 levels. So this was a very strong confirmation for the market, and the next day it saw a huge gap up, and in the last few days it has moved higher towards 16,750 odd levels, and markets are strong right now. But I'm expecting that now at some level, either here or a little higher, we might see some resistance for the market. So the zone to be watched is 16700 to 16800. I think it may act as a resistance in the short term, and markets may see a pullback as well. So if you are long, you should protect your profits, and I would not advise to be very cautious for fresh longs unless markets starts moving higher, breaking this resistance zone with momentum, which might not come as one go. Eventually it may come because the momentum is strong. I'm not doubting that, but right now expect some pullback either here or at higher levels. So keep in mind the resistance zone. And on the lower side, if market gives a pullback, which may be gradual in nature, may not come at one go, then 16500 is going to act as an immediate resistance from where market gapped up and moved higher. And if that is breached, the gap zone on the lower side is 16350. So 16350 to 16500 on the lower side, and 16700 to 16800 on the higher side is going to act as a support and resistance. So place your bets accordingly. uh, if we go on to the hourly chart, you see that some divergence is being formed on the RSI. So while markets are moving higher, if I can mark here, if while the markets are moving higher, the RSI is not. Okay, the RSI is not moving higher. Okay, and kind of double top formation it is made. So that is an additional reason to believe that markets are hitting a resistance zone, and some pullback may also be possible. Okay, so I will just draw I will use Fibonacci ratios. So we had last swing, very recent swing here only, right, on this gap zone. And if we do this small Fibonacci zone, then immediate support may come in the 16650 to 16600 zone. Okay, immediate support. And if we look little broader retracement, okay, because I think this entire move can be considered from this loss of 16850, where we made a swing low and moved higher. So if we see that market is retracing this entire up move, then the least it can do is 16,400 followed by 16,300. Okay, so based on our price action study plus Fibonacci retracement, immediately we have support in the 16,550 kind of zone, 16,600 for very short term, where 21 EMA is also placed at 16,577 right now. So for very short term, these are the levels, and for swing or for few days, if market continues its pullback, then we may see lower levels anywhere between 16,350, 300, 350 to 16,500 kind of zone. So that is my overall. If there is anything above and beyond, then only we have to reconsider this hypothesis, and that is possible only in the live market or as the market moves. It is not possible right now to predict, and we are not here to predict. Rather, we want to make meaning of what is happening in the market and then decide our trading strategies accordingly. Moving to Bank Nifty, 35 500 550 kind of zone was a resistance. It crossed that easily, and we have seen a sharp momentum in Bank Nifty hitting the levels of almost 36,800 kind of levels, right, on Friday. So now higher levels. So immediately, if you see, if you are able to see my cursor, uh, the immediate resistance is somewhere near this zone of 36,800, 36,900. If that is crossed, and that means markets are sees further momentum tomorrow morning on the higher level, we will see 37,000 to 37,200 as a resistance zone. And I think market may face some resistance in this zone, and we can see a pullback. As and when market faces resistance and decides to book some profit, that means traders decide to book some profit and take market on the lower side, we'll consider 36 to be very short term, 36,300 to be the first support, followed by 36,000, and overall 35,800 to 36,000 can act as a strong support zone. So if you see, the market has moved all the way from 32,250 to 36,800. So that is a nice move. And from an Elliot point of view, 1, then 2, and this 3, entire 3 is going on. So either it is completed or one more leg of move may be completed. Then we generally see a 4 and then further higher on the 5 side. So that is the consideration. If we go to hourly chart, here also you might see that some divergence is being faced because markets were moving on the higher side, but RSI was not. So we want to see that some pullback is coming, uh, and which will be healthy for this up move also. So from Fibonacci point of view, if we see last move, that was 34, 450, 500 kind of zone towards the recent highs of 36,823, minimum 35,922, that is 36,000, and if goes further 35,650. So that is why we have put 35, combining multiple things, 35,800 to 36,000 as a support level, and on the higher level, if you see, we have put 37,000, 37,200 as a resistance zone. So place your bets accordingly. Now I just want to give some broader consideration. This is for next week, but we can now see markets from a little broader point of view. I will just, for some time I'll hide it, but I think so. Friends, we are seeing a down move all the way from 18,600 zone, and we have retested the level of 15,180 odd levels. So this entire down move has come. In between we have sharp pullback, and now again we are seeing a sharp pullback. From Elliot point of view, there are two things. This move either can be the retracement of this last high of 1815 towards the levels of 15,183. Okay, if that is happening, then for this move the 50% retracement comes near 16,650, which has been crossed, and if that goes higher, then the higher levels comes near 16,994, that is 17,000 odd levels. So definitely this move may have more legs, and it can extend towards 17,000 zone for sure. That is, if we consider it to be a retracement of this last down move, and also assuming this up move is only a corrective. It is a corrective up move, and we are going to see resumption of a down move. If we consider, which is possible to consider, that this entire move from 18,600 to 15,183 was an 1 ABC kind of move, and now we are retracing that entire move. Okay, then we can just mark those levels and see that currently we have crossed 38.2% zone, and 50% zone here comes here 16,900. Okay, and higher level comes at 16,300. So broadly I think 16,900. Okay, let me write down 16,900 to 17,000 levels is a very important zone to watch. Okay, if markets are able to cross 17,000, then we can hit even 17,300, Otherwise, this zone can act as a strong resistance for this move, and then we may see a fallback. Now, what if this hypothesis is right? That means this was a one leg of down move. We are seeing a pullback, and that means we have another leg of down move. Now, if that is the case, friends, then we are heading towards lower levels of at least breaking this low of 15,183 once again and moving lower, and preferably towards the 14,000 1400 zone, where we have a 38-point retracement of this entire move from March 2020 lows towards the recent high made in October. So if that is the case, then we are going to see a pullback toward 14,000 1400. So right now I am not advising like that, not suggesting that there is a significant weakness right now in the market, but we are just keeping in mind that this move up move, because from the nature of momentum, it is just a corrective in nature, and we may start or resume a downtrend again, and which may be lethal. That means that may be a sharp down move, because now market needs to see some strength to really move towards this lower zone. At minimum, it has to break this 15,183. It may stop at even 15,000 15,900, because corrections are mm, not orderly, but the expectation is that 14,400 kind of levels may be tested. So this is a broad a view for Nifty, for someone who likes to track market from a longer term point of view, and who trades like me positionally, who prefers positional trades for multi weeks and even month. Then for them, keep in mind these levels. And otherwise also, even your day to day and swing trader, we have to keep in mind that after some resistance are being hit, we may see a resumption of a down move also. All right, friends. So this is the outlook for market next week and some maybe next few months also, broadly. So that's it for today. If you have been, thanks for watching. A standard disclaimer that this is video is just for learning and education purpose, and I would love to hear your views on the market in the comment box. And thanks for watching. Let's see how market behaves next week. Tomorrow is going to be a volatile day in my view, because of multiple results reaction. Keep that in mind. Trade with proper risk management. Thanks one again. Bye.